What is up, YouTube? It is old Splinter Snake Go here, back with another figure review. Today we have got laying on your YouTube, Neca, Bioshock 2, Big Sister. Boom, baby. As I said in my box opening a while back, like 3 videos back, I really enjoyed the Bioshock films. I really enjoyed the Bioshock games. Completed the first one, and it's a really bizarre game. There's a lot of like freaky things in it, but it's so well done. And it's got a really compelling story that just makes you want to keep playing. Now, I'm not a fan of survival horrors. I'm not really a fan of like horror genre things. I know that's weird because I do have like a lot of aliens and predators and things, but they're not that scary. But Bioshock 1, there was quite a lot of jumpy scenes in it, and it did make me jump a lot. I'm man enough to admit that I was quite scared playing that game. But, no, I'm joking. But, Bioshock 2 doesn't seem to be as like jumpy. I mean, there's still a few bits that are jumpy, but it's different because in Bioshock 1 you play a guy whose name escapes me, and in Bioshock 2 you play a Big Daddy, which is pretty cool because they're awesome and ridiculously tough. Now I really want to play the game. Okay, so thanks a lot for watching. I'm gonna go play the game now. Bye bye. So anyway, Bioshock 2, you get big sisters as well as Big Daddies, and here we have a Big Sister. And from what I can tell by looking at the packaging, this thing looks awesome, and I cannot wait to crack this bad girl open. I haven't actually completed the game yet, so I don't know spoilers. I think there is a backstory behind one of these. I generally don't know. It's just kind of like, I think I heard a rumor maybe once upon a time. So yeah. But no, this thing looks pretty sweet. It's got a lot of detail, a lot of stuff going on for it. So let's check out the packaging and crack this bad girl open. So on the front of, we just have a standard clamshell here. And I got this off of eBay. Now I did say I got this off of eBay, but I didn't say the price. Okay, so having a quick look on the old eBay, I can see that I won this figure for a bit more than honestly I'd like to pay for a figure, but I know these Bioshock figures are ridiculously rare. I paid $31.66 on the bid with a £4 postage. That's quite a lot considering it's a very small, slim figure that doesn't seem to actually come with much. So hopefully the investment is worthwhile. We will crack this open and have a look. So anyway, like I was trying to say, onto the packaging. As you see, you have a picture of the character here, a nice kind of big red old glowing eye here, and the oxygen tank on the back there, with some nice like little kind of chalk drawings going around the tank, which I think is pretty cool. One thing to note though, a bit weird, this is green, and on there is blue. Green, blue. But whatever. Big Sister! Big Sister! Warning, choking hazards, and then top of course got the Bioshock 2. Nothing really on the side, open there. Nothing really on this side. Oh, that's a lie. We got a picture of a, is it little sister? Is that what they're called? Or are they called Lilith? I want to say Lilith for some reason. I don't know why. I can't remember what they're called. But yeah, creepy girl with the glowy eyes. Those things are freaky. Oh, there's little ribbons on the cage. But yeah, that's pretty cool. And then on the base you have the sculptors and the people responsible for making this figure. And then some other details. And on the back you have here a picture of the figure by the looks of it. It kind of said a figure, but like some of the articulation is missing. Like the knee joints, the elbow joints, and the abs. I'm pretty sure I saw ab. Yeah, there's an ab joint there, but there's not an ab joint there. That's strange. But anyway, picture of the figure, and then here you have a little bio that says, Big Sisters are Rapture's fiercest predators. Despite being covered in armor, they pose deadly agility and can strike from anywhere. You ain't just Whistle and Dixie, them things will jump on you from God knows where. Up top we got Neca player select, Bioshock 2 2K, and then a picture down there, and then other figures, the genetically enhanced collection. Ooh. So we have a Big Daddy bouncer, a Subject Delta. I think that's what you are in the second game. I could be wrong. And then a Big Daddy Rosie. And then Lady Smith Splicer. Ah. Anyway, enough looking on the packaging. Let's crack this bad girl open. So just having a look at the back of the packaging there, rather the inside of the packaging. I'm not going to take it out or anything. You can see here that you've got like a water pouring in. Water? You've got some water pouring in here and dripping down from top. And it looks like there's some pictures in the background there with some fish. It looks really cool. Much like how the actual interior of the first two games did appear. So, game ties. Well, this is 18-inch. It was crazy. I traded off my 18-inch on sale. And we are back. Okay, so I've just literally taken out the packaging, had a quick play around with it, make sure everything is okay, there's no broken joints or anything. Apart from maybe there might be a joint in which I'm not 100% sure about. I don't really want to like force it. You know, these things are like, oh, is that a joint? Snap. Ah! You're just like crying like, which happens unfortunately all the time. Won't mention, of course, any companies that maybe have a a continuous problem with this DC collectibles, but they're definitely okay. So first initial thoughts of this figure. I'm not even going to talk about the character. We've talked about the character enough. So the first initial thoughts of this figure, freaking sweet. I kind of only really have like one gripe, and that's maybe not even a gripe. It's because I'll go over in a sec. Okay, actually technically two gripes, and that is, I'm not sure if there's a bicep rotation. If there is, I haven't found it, and there's a lot of like places it could be hidden, but I don't want to break it, so I don't want to force it. And then a price tag. This is a really cool figure, but is it worth nearly £40? That, I don't know. This thing does have a lot going on for it. It's got great sculpt to it. The articulation is actually really decent, and there's a lot there. Accessory wise, it just comes with the tank on its back, and once you put it on, that's it. It doesn't come off. Well, you probably might be able to get off maybe here in it. Oh, okay. It just pegs in here in the big old hole at the back. But I'm going to leave it off for now, and what I'm going to do is show you a close-up of this figure and its accessory. So having a close-up look at this figure, you can really see just the sheer amount of detail going on in the helmet here. There's a lot of black and silvers, metallics, brushing going in there. The same thing with the shoulder pads, they're a bit more duller. Everything on this figure, I can't actually see really any paint blemishes or any paint bleeds or anything. Just really, really well sculpted. Forewarning, there's some, I'm going to twist it to the side here, these little like knob things on the chest there, just here. When I was putting the tank on the back, I did put my finger there, and it does quite hurt, so be careful when you do that. But really, really is just an amazing sculpt on this figure, and the paint app's just phenomenal. So you can see from the shirt on the arms, and the leather straps going around from the metal for the diving suit, just everything so well done. I'm just going to turn this around so you can see the weapon a bit better. You can see on the underside there's like this blue part here, and that's where they collect the, what's it called? Is it called Eve? Is that right? Is it called Adam? Oh, I can't remember. It's been way too long since I played that game. But you can see also again there's some really great detail here on the cogs and the levers and just everything, like the buckle on that, the leather straps, the grapple. I think this is a grapple, I'm not sure. But around here, spig, and just everything, just look at it, it just looks absolutely phenomenal. And then going up you can see even more on the actual trousers and the buckles. There's like these leg braces, which is pretty cool, working leg braces. They hinge in and out as well. So they're not just like props, they actually do work. So it's really, really cool. Then bandages going around the legs. and then hunking kind of feet, which you get with like divers. Something I think is quite funny though is these feet are hollow, complete and utterly hollow. I've not really seen that in a figure before, which I think is very interesting. Normally they put like a plate in there and then add the peg, so if you have them just completely hollow, I think it's a bit, yeah. But then you've got the trademark labels and that, which I need to put on figures, hidden inside there, so that is pretty cool. So having a look at the back of the figure, you can see there again those leather straps going around with the bandages around the knees, and then of course you've got those braces I mentioned. Now it does look like this one is kind of bent at an angle, but it does work still with the figure, so I guess that's okay. Continuing up on the figure, you can see there the back of the hands and the wrists, these nice straps going around holding all these like tools and devices. Very cool. And then like the harpoon, I think it is. Then a little like leather bomb. Some pistons and stuff here. Just really well done. Then there's some back support with a nice like tie going around, which lines up really well actually. Just slightly off here with the bend, but it does line up really well. And then continuing up to the back, you can see here the back of the helmet and a nice little fish painted on it here. And then those shoulder pads again, they are really well done, those shoulder pads. They're a soft rubber them, so they're not going to hinder the articulation at all. It's about the only part of the figure which is soft rubber. Then you can see there's a bit of dirt there on the helmet, and then you've got the big red eyes, some more dirt here, and then some fish. There's another fish just, it's kind of hard to see, I don't know if you can see it just under there. Okay, so for the accessory, it's just this really big tank really, and it's got a big massive hand at the top, and then this little one here at the side. It does have some fish painted around it here, and then like I think it's a big daddy or maybe a big sister, with some like little kids there. Some little sisters, I think that's what they're called. I need to play that game. But these leather straps, really well done. Slight paint bleed there, so I was mistaken earlier. But really, really well done. Then you got the cage, of course. This is a very firm plastic, to be honest. And you got these little bows, which are slightly a softer rubber. But these nice, like pink, but dirty. So it's nice and interesting to put that on there. Really, really nice. It's very cool how the colour of the top's much clearer compared to the colour of the bottom. It's very dirty and grubby and really well textured. Like, really feels like a just like a really weathered and used air tank. It's very cool. Okay, so to apply the tank, very simply, you've got the peg there. Now the peg does have like a little kind of lip there and a lip there. Just get it in lined up. Don't put your hand on that because you will snap that, so be careful. And try not to put your pressure on the chest because it really will hurt your finger. And then once you get it on there, it's on. It does make the figure a little bit back heavy because it does stick out quite a bit. So if you stand them up straight, they probably will just fall straight over backwards. Leaning forward slightly, not too bad, and it's not that drastic. Plus these characters are normally hunched over, so it's pretty good. Okay, size comparison time. Big sister stands to the top of her helmet 7 inches. To the top of her air tank, you're looking at 7.5 inches. I don't actually have any other Bioshock figures to show, but here is a Hudson from Aliens, a Pharaoh Guard from Gears of War, and a Gremlin George, just because. And a few usual suspects, Bucky Cap, Superior Spider-Man, Spider-Girl, and Hyperion. Okay, so for articulation, Big Sister's a bit unique in a lot of senses. So for first off, their helmet. Now, I think it's just a ball peg going like into the helmet, because you can bring it down a bit and you can bring it up a bit, but you can also pivot a little bit side to side, and then of course you can rotate it around 360 degrees. So I'm pretty certain it's a ball peg going into the head there. I could be mistaken. Shoulders are on borders, because like I said, these are soft rubber, so they are going to slightly hinder, but not massively. You probably could force that all the way around. I personally wouldn't. They go out that far, and this is where my confusion was. I thought there might have been a bicep rotation here or here, but I can't seem to see anything. So unfortunately we just have a single bend in the elbow of that. So no rotation in the bicep or the elbow whatsoever. You can rotate after the elbow in like the glove part. You can do that 360 degrees, but it's sculpted to basically be like that. And you can also, this is on a ball peg, so you can rotate this around 360 degrees, forward, back, whichever way you really see fit. A little bit disappointed there's no bicep rotation there. That's annoyed me, because I think this figure definitely would have benefited from it. although it would have made the figure's arms maybe a tad weaker. I'm not too sure. This arm, while sculpted differently, is basically the same thing. You can bend at the elbow, you can rotate at the glove, and you can rotate at the gauntlet, but there's no rotation. We have an ab crunch, pretty decent one to be honest. So from there, ow, to there, and you could probably go further if you didn't have the tank on. But when you go further back, there's a slight hole just there. Now the hips are very interesting. I could see from the packaging they look like they were V-cut hips, and you guys should probably know already that I'm not a fan of V-cut hips. But what they've also done is they've done ball pegs into the upper thighs, so very much like the Walking Dead figures. So straight away when I put the leg forward, it moved, but on the actual white part going into the leg there, it didn't even move the V-cut. It's only because I've loosened it, now it's moving. So that's pretty cool. I do quite like that, because then you get like some out, forward, back, rotation, and that's before you even really move these joints. So that's very cool. Not massive in range, but still there's some there. So if I was to do a Spartan on this character, putting that all the way back, and that kind of buckle gets in the way there. So if I do it the other way around, that's probably a Spartan for this character. It's not terrible to be honest, but split wise, when they're down would probably be like that, so not massive, but you could rotate the V's around and you probably can have them going straight out or even up. So that's pretty cool. Now like I said, these are working leg braces, so you can have a single bend in the knee, but they do work with these hinges, and I think like the peg just goes all the way through, so that's pretty cool. And then you do get a really, really good bend from them. It's like better than nice, that's really good. And then you have an ankle point from basically there to there, but I don't think these are working ankle hinges. Considering the hinge for the ankle is up here and it's attached here, so I think you are bending the plastic, so I wouldn't advise it too much. The other thing is they've got ankle rotation, so you probably can rotate it 360 degrees, but again the ankle brace here is attached separately, so you're just going to kind of warp it, so be careful. But all in all, I think this figure does have some really great articulation. I am unfortunately a bit gutted I don't have a little sister to put in this, because I thought that would be pretty cool. I wasn't going to bother getting the little sisters because they just creep me the hell out, to be honest. But now I've got this little basket just for them. I mean, I'm kind of really intrigued to get some now. But let's see, we have a quick little stand-in of Spider Girl. Everyone say hello, Spider Girl. Hello. Right, so final thoughts on this figure. Would I recommend this? Honestly, yes, I would recommend this, but I don't think I'd pay the price I paid for it, if that makes sense. I do think she's a very, very cool figure. Got a lot going for it. Great detail, great sculpt, really good articulation. Could be better in a few points, but still, it's really good articulation there. And it's, yeah, really cool. It's just a cool concept, so I do really like this figure. But I just don't know if I could honestly recommend this figure for the retail which they're going for currently. Like I said, I paid nearly £40 for this one, and that's way more than I generally like to spend on a standard figure. I mean, I'm still yet to buy my NECA Alien Queen and dog, because I just haven't had the money. I've got this new job and I've got the money, well, I'm kind of getting the money, but I've got bills to pay for, so we shall see. And people keep throwing other stuff in my way. They're like, oh, buy this from me. Like, someone's trying to do me a deal right now, and as long as I don't get hit with a massive bill, I'm going to take it. But it's still a lot of money, so basically you have to choose either the Queen or these items, and it's like 5 or the 1 Queen, so, you know, I'm just rambling again. But anyway, yes, I would recommend this, but try and get it for a decent price. I'd probably say, wouldn't go more than maybe £30 for this figure, but still, really, really solid figure, definitely worth picking up. If you're a fan of the franchise, definitely worth picking up. It really made me want to get the rest of the Big Daddies. So if you do have some Big Daddies out there and you want to sell them, please let me know. I would definitely be interested in that. I'm probably going to get the rest of the Bioshock line now. I have, like I said in my box opening, I have 2 other figures from Bioshock on their way. I paid for them last night off the old Evil Bay, and they should be with me hopefully in the next couple of days, so stay tuned for them. Anyway guys, as per usual, I hope you have enjoyed this video. It's been way too long since I last did a review, and I am ever so sorry for the delay. As I said in my box open, I've recently got a new job. It's taken up a lot of my time, and I'm trying to get these videos out for you guys. I really appreciate your support on all of your time you guys take to watch my videos, comment, like, and subscribe. My subscription levels just seem to be flying through the roof right now. I wanted to do a competition when I had 600, and then I last checked last night, and I think it was 830 off the top of my head. I don't know. I can't remember. But seriously, that's like almost doubled in a month. Well, not doubled. That's like 100 more in just 1 month. That blows my mind. So once again, you guys are awesome. I love you all. I wish you guys the best, and I wish you're just amazing people. So thank you for all your support. Truly, you guys are awesome, and you are the reason why I do this. That's not true. I do this because I enjoy doing it. But you guys are the extra reason why I do this. Anyway. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed this video. As per usual, guys, thanks for watching. Please leave any comments you'd like to add about this figure or my channel, or anything you'd like to ask. Feel free to knock it down there. I said in my previous video about my Facebook is currently still down. I'm waiting for Facebook to sort it out. So I do have that temporary one, which is Joe Harp, O-Split and Snakeo, or just Joe Harp, and you can find me. There will be a link down there. Look, it should say temp, Facebook, Joe Hart, and say www.facebook.co.uk, and it'll be numbers and blah 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 blah. So yeah, click on that, send me an ad, message me, whatever. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, check out my latest stuff. And as per usual, guys, thanks for watching, keep collecting, and I'm going to catch you in my next one. Bye bye.